Hey creative people, hope you all are doing good. Welcome back to the second part of our deep dive series where I am building a social platform for product designers and creative developers. And yes, it's all done using Figma, Weweb and Supabase and using the power of AI magic. That means AI will help you to build everything and you just need to command them using your natural language. But for the design purposes and everything, you have the full freedom to design your front end side and create the logics. So it's not just for the full stack developer. Any designers or UI developers or UI designers or product designers can do such a work for themselves to create a like multifunctional web applications. It's possible at this moment. So if you haven't watched the first part yet, definitely go check that out. There I broke down how any no coder, even the most basic full stack knowledge, can turn their Figma UI into a fully functioning dynamic web app using no code tools and AI. So the first video I covered how you can upload and retrieve files with Supabase bucket, build an authentication page, that means login sign up page, and add logic database that will sync between Weweb and Supabase, and learn how to explore Weweb and Supabase AI tools for SQL and RLS policies. That means in Supabase SQL and RLS policies, you don't have to do anything. AI will do everything for you. You just need to command them using your natural language and it will be done. And upload image directly from your like local server. It's possible at this moment that I covered in the first video. And the second part today I'm going to break down how you can use Supabase nested queries to fetch user information using just user ID. That means here you can see this is the user ID name, sorry, the username, and this is the user profile. But if I go back in our Supabase database and go back to our auth table, here you can see this is the users, and here you can see this is the users, but there is no such information like their name or profile images anything because we created a separated table for that. Name user info, here I actually use that. You can see username and user images and everything, but how we can nested that here, so it will use the current user ID, the person who had just logged in, and using their user ID, how they can fetch data from this table, user info table, and retrieve their name and profile image URL. And that's what we did here. I'm going to break down that. And the second one is how you can create a design short post. That means if I click here, I can create a new post or design shots here, and it will display here, and that I'm going to break down today. And the third one is a real-time dynamic comments powered by Supabase. That means if I comment here like excellent job, you will see it will be updated in a real time. You can see there. And if, and also I'm going to break down like how you can use a smart like system with AI driven logic. That means I'm going to use Weweb logic to create a like functionality that will be real time. That means you can see it's 10 likes at this moment. If I uncheck that, it will be 9 likes again. So I built that using Weweb AI logic. I didn't do that creating the whole functionality step by step. AI will do that for me. So the reason I'm going to share the AI one, because you can now use Weweb AI to create any logics or functioning site or any designs. So that's what I'm going to break down today. But this is not the end. In part 3, I'll be building a full profile page and a safe design functionality that will be coming next week or the after the next week. So yeah, let's start it. So today I'm going to start from this one. Like this one is our profile avatar portion. Like it will display our image. At this moment, there is nothing here. It's null. And also here you can see this is our logout button. I will make it logout or sign out functionality, and this one will display the current user's name and image. But how we can do that, because you can see this user info table containing all the user information like their name, image, URL that we need, but this one is displaying our auth users profile. There is no such information, just the user ID. So we need to validate that and validate whether which account or user currently logged in, and it will display that logged in users username and image URL based on that relation. And we need to create that relation because at this moment it's impossible for us to detect whether the user or not, whether the current user's image or name will be, because if I click here, you will see here the collection. You can this one is our user info, and user info has all the information, but you can see there are multiple of it. Like for the this one is a user, this one is another user, this one is another user. So it's not possible from here to detect that specific user who is actually logged in, and we need to validate that and put that there. So how we can do that? Because here it was simple, we just need to link that with just our if I go back here, layout, and you can see users, I just repeat that user info table, this one, it's just repeated all the things, that is why it's showing. But this one is different. This one is actually the current users, the logged in users image will be displayed here, but we don't have such a relation here because I have already shown it, like explain that, like it's not possible from here. Also you can see there is our current users information, but this all are the first table, like the users table. It has ID information, is it authenticated or not, email, and the rest of the information, but it doesn't contain the information users information like the name or the image URL or anything, because that's on another table, that is user info table, you can see here. So we are going to create a relation here, so you will understand that properly. So I have created a new table that I'm going to create that again. So you can see this one is our current user, like current user 2, and I will link that with our Supabase and create that, and our table will be user info table, and I just need to click on, you can check all fields and continue that, and then you will see all the information coming up, but it's all the users information, but we need the current users information. We can do that from here, like the filter one. If I click on it, there is a condition we can apply, like add condition, where user ID is in, sorry, um, like contains, we can add the current user ID to create that relation, right? And if I click on test, see there is a null information coming, so I can add this one, like start with, still it's showing that, like I need to add this one, sorry, ID, and click on test, still missing. So we can add is in and click on test, because I started with is in, if you can remember, and I just displayed. If you use contains or start with, it will not create that relation, like the equal relations we need. So that is why we are going to use this is in, so it will validate and check whether that value is in that, like the user ID is in that specific variable or not, that we linked here, that like user ID, this one. So we have created that, and the information already coming. If I click, this is our Scott Bear, the current user's name and their image URL from this one, it's validate that. So we just need to bind that with our image. Click here, click on this, and current user to data, just one data coming, right? So I just need to link that with our image URL, and the email like the image you will be displayed here, like you can see, and here as well. So I just need to go there, click here, current user 2, and the image URL. So that's it. And I just need to bind that name as well. So go there, current user 2, data, username Scott Bear, and it's done. Now you can see it's displaying here. And well, this part I will break down, like how you can add each user's specific user profile image and their name. And it's not possible from here the way we did for this repeat option. If I click on this, you will see there is a edit option here, and we repeat that from this part, like this content part will have its repeat option, and that will link that with our design shots, like this with this one. I just bind that and it will display all the shots or designs it has, like a repeat option. But this one coming from a single database from here, this one, but it's not containing who is the who is the actually the creator or the owner of that design or the name or anything. So we are going to validate that. So if I click here, you will see in the AI option I comment at, like you just need to click on it and go back there, and it's an image. So I just click here and you just need to click on the edit with AI option. So it will display something like this, and what you will have to do, just click on that ID, the current ID. It will display something like this because it's a repeated option. So it will, a new feature will come up like with that icon. It's actually the current index information. So you can see the current index. I am clicking here, it's ID 5 and it's created at blah blah blah, and you can see it's the image URL, but we need only the ID. But there is no mention, like here you will see there is nothing that we can use for the user profile or username because it's a different database. But we linked the user ID here, you can see. So I just need to click here, that already in this context you can see the user ID. So what I command here, user ID image URL from user info table. That means this user ID's image that will come from the user info table. You can see there is a user info table and the image URL coming from here. I just command that on our AI and it will create something like this, and you can see that is showing something like there, and the everything you will get from using the generated formula information. So that's what I did here, and it's create that for me, and this is the information. If I click here again, I can again command that from this part. You will see this one. So it will create that for you here. This will be a custom JavaScript. So it's generating for me. Yes, you can see it's coming here. So that's how we can validate each user profile. And if I click on the username, we will do the same, like click on it and click on here JavaScript, paste here. You will see this is showing the username, sorry, the user image URL. But what we will have to do from here, user info, it should be username, right? What's the name here? We name it username, right? Name. See, it's coming here now. So that's how we can validate that, like each design has its specific username that's showing here. So I have already covered two part, like how you can relate different databases and extract data from there in for one purpose, like for one output. You can see for this card there is a, this one is come from a database that's called user info, and the rest of it coming from this one, design shots. I hope you understand. So yeah, it's done. Well, now I am going to add this option, like you to add new design or shot in your timeline or your profile. So I am going to create that for you guys so you can understand everything. But this is a really simple logic. The way we have created a multiple input field so far, it will work in a similar way. So you can see there is a like title input, description input, and there is a image upload input that will be redirect like in this design shots option. You can see title, description, and also image URL, and I am also using likes and comments for upcoming use cases. So you can do everything from here in to put your fields and just save design shots and done. So it will create a new one for you. So I'm going to create that. So this is actually a model that I'm going to use. So what is model? When you click something, this display will come up like a pop-up, but it's not a pop-up, it's actually using the action or the event. So I'm going to create that again for you guys. So I am going to click on add. I just type model. You will see this one. Just click here. You will see you can add variables with it because we will need that. So I'm going to enable that and place component, and it will display here. So what I'm going to do, go to layout, click on it, this model option, and like this one, and you can see the display option. Also you can make this something like this, and if I click on force display in editor, it will display something like this. So what I did, I just add all this content here, header, content, actions, everything. You will see the content option, so I can copy everything from there and paste that here. And I can paste everything here. Well, sorry. So I can copy this, paste that here, and I can copy this one. You can do the way you want, so it will look something like this. So yeah, I can also add that option. I'm just copying and pasting the previous one that I have already created for you guys. So okay, it will be outside. This one is look something like this, but I'm going to add that here. So now it's showing here. So what I did, everything are similar, but to open the model or close that, the logic we have used that I'm going to break down. So the z-axis, I can make it 100, so it will be on top of everything. And if I click on data, you can see it, new model option coming up, model opened. So this one is our new variable. We can bind that with this icon. So click on it, on click model, change the variable, the model one, model opened, this one, and I just need to toggle that. Model opened, I can search from here. Yes, this one. So that's it. I can copy the whole thing and paste that individually again and again. So this one is completed. I can also add that here, delete that, click on it, paste action, it's done. I can paste that here again, and also the cancel option, we can also do the similar thing. and click here, paste that here, done. So what it will do, you will understand now. But I didn't link that with anything. Like here, this button, I link that with our this model option. So if I click here, you will see this model actually coming. You can see the I button is not there now, see. But if I click close button again, you will see this I button is coming. It's crossed I, that means it's not displaying at this moment. So what I did here, you can see the workflow, the trigger, like after click on it, I just toggle that model variable that we have created here, this one. But for the another model that we just created, this one, I can rename that just test, right? I can use that. So for the test one, I am using this variable. Well, now I am going to click on it. You can see the variable using this model variable. We need the open one. So yeah, it's done. So I just need to bind that with the open one again. So the new test model will display here, that I'm going to display, like show you guys. So let me test that. See, the model deprecated one, the main one that I have created already, but the test one, this will display now. So click here, see the model test one actually displaying. So if I click it here as again, it's not showing now. So let me add some content here so you'll understand properly. So here, test one, so you need to bind that like this, so it will work as a sorry. So now it will work. So click here, this the test one is actually showing now. So we just need to bind everything here. So what I did, I just bind those everything like I did for the user info one on our profile section, like this one. So I'm not going to breaking that down again. So I hope you understand the you will get this one, like how I actually bind that, upload image, the username and everything on our user info database. I have already breaking down that on my first video of this tutorial, so you can take a look on that part. I will share that link on the description part. So you just need to copy the same with this, like this one, to add the shorts and everything. So I'm going to delete that model test one, and I'm going to bind that with this button again to show you how actually it's working. Click here, this should be model, this one, and this should be this one, the model one. Yes, it's done. So let me add a new shot here. So this user, I am the user, this one is the person. He is going to add a new design now. So what I can add here, I can use Pinterest to get some idea. So this one, yeah, it has some information, so I am going to copy that as a title, and the description will be this one, a short description, and I can upload that image, but I'm not going to upload that. I'm going to upload that this one. So I'm going to save that here, so I can now this one here, so it will start uploading, I believe. Yeah, it's up. Workflow triggered error, cause object. Oh, it's already uploaded, so that is why it's showing already exist. See, so it's already uploaded. I did that multiple times, so that's why it's showing this one. So now I can save that and done. So after refreshing the whole thing, you will see it will display here. See, this one is a new one. It has no likes or comments and or anything. So yeah, it looks good. So that's how you can add collections information, or as a model you can add that model anywhere you want. That's a good practice. Rather than use a static form to submit anything, you can use that model. So it's all up to you. So now I'm going to breaking down this comment section, like how you can add comment and it will display here, and then I will modify the likes part so it will be more professional to use. So let's do it. Now we are going to update this comment option, so user can comment here. As you can see, there is two comments available at this moment that I incorporated here. If I go back, design shots, and this one is that collection, you can see there is two comment, and we also recording the users ID and their comment, so we can validate which user and their name and image URL. Here you can see, because this one is from a different table and this one containing another table, so we are going to create a relation there so we can validate each commenters with their own information. So we bind that something like this. This is the content, and inside that content there is another binding option. You can see this one is our frame, and it's containing that repeat item option on, and the item should be item data comments. That's coming from here. The current index, this one is the comment. That means the current index, this one, the whole design short, and inside that there is a comments option. You can see there is two comments available and it's showing here, and that's what we repeated. So that's how you can repeat any elements inside another repeat option. So let me start with that input field. I'm going to name it comment one. You can name it the way you want, and inside that wrapped option, this is actually a form, you can say, and I also apply the same the way I did here, the current user profile image. So this is a form, or you can name it comment form here. So we can bind that and execute the workflow from here. So you can see there is a workflow here. What we are going to try here is we are going to save the user ID value, the authenticated user ID value, or you can also validate that from here, because this one is the authenticated users ID, but we need the current one. That means this comment option also from the current user, so we can add that here, like Supabase auth, this one, the user ID. So we are going to bind that here and save that in a variable named user ID that I have created here. You can see, you just need to click on new user ID, and that's it, and hit save. So that's how you can create a new variable here. That's I did. And the second option is the comments one. If you can remember, I created a comments variable that is actually array. What is actually array? You can see here the whole thing actually a array. If I make it large, you can see it start with this bracket, this each individual actually a object that containing each specific information. Like the first comment is a object itself, and it's containing the user ID information and the comment. The second option has also another user ID and also containing the comment. So we are going to bind something like this. Another one will come up here, so another comment will be displayed there. So that's we call array. It's actually containing, like, if I say this is the array, its name, but array actually containing multiple objects, each objects individually its own data. And that's how we can save multiple information in under one hood as an object inside an array. So I created the array as a comments one, and that's what I did. I just save the existed comments if it has, to save that on a local variable that we have created here. That's what I did. Item data comments, if it has any comments existed, it will save that there. That means if it has 50 comments before, it will grab that from the database and save that here in a local library. And then the next one will do a insert at option, like insert at start. That means it will insert that, like this one. This is our actually the main comment option. What we are going to do, actually just insert another comment that we have already created. If I go back like this one, if I go back there, you can see there is a comment input option. Comment input, actually another input variable we have created. And what we did inside that input field, we created a on change option, because this will trigger first, right? The comment, this input value will trigger first, and then the submit value. So the first trigger, like this first event, we need to save that input field value using on change option. If I click on the change variable here, we change the comment input that we have created here, if you can see. And what the value we have added, the event value. How you will find that, if I click on it, this is the event and this is the value. What's the event value is the input you will incorporate there, like hello. It will save that hello value there and save that in our comment input. And then inside our final submit event, that's what we did. We just add that comment input value, like the new comment and their user ID, because you can see user Supabase user ID and their comment input. That means it will look something like this. This is the user ID, this one, and the comment will be the comment input value that we have created here. This is the value. So if I click on let me show you, and click on the bug option, because it's on change, so whatever I type here, it will save that immediately. See, it's already saved that. And how we can validate if it's working or not, if I go back there again and click on the value, the first value was null before, now it's showing this. But I didn't submit that on our database, so it's still in our local server, it's still not on our database. So what we are going to do is create a update database option from here. The update database we did here, and we need to validate the ID. What is the ID here? The design shots ID. What is the unique ID here? How we can validate each collection based on this ID, right? So this is our ID. How we find that? Using the current index. Like if I click on the current index, like this one, it will configure that this one is our second index, right? This one is our first index. That's how it will validate each design collection individually. So that's what we're going to do here. We click here, ID should be the current one that I clicked. That one is 6. That's what we stored here using the item data ID, this one. And that's it. If I can validate that, the rest of the thing will be similar. You can also unbind that, but I binded that with the current items title and everything, but you can also keep it as it is. But the main part is comments, right? That's the important part here. That's what we're going to change. So what I bind here, the main comments option. If I can if you can remember, this one is a comment variable that we have updated. Change variable value, that's what we changed on the last event. This one we changed the whole comments, like this comments information, we changed that. And what we are going to do here, we just save that comments information from here, the whole things inside our comments option in our database. It will save everything here from everything. But in our auth options RLS policy, you can see the update option just for the authenticated users. I understand that, but it's just for that user. We need to give it access. Anyone can update data on that specific table, right, or the column. So that's what we're going to do. If I click on it and click on this A option, assistant, okay, enable RLS update policy for all users in design shots table. Oh, sorry, create the, I should create SQL pairs, right, like now it's working. So create table, policy authenticated, yes, this one. So I just need to paste that here. You can see design shots, yes, I can run this, no row returning. So I think it's working, right? So there is two update option now. We can remove that, like that authenticated users, allow users to update. This one is the updated one, now it will work. So if I go back here and check everything, now I can create the test from here, like excellent job, right? Sorry for the background noise. Click, I think it's working. If I reload that, this one is our shorts. It's not coming here, so I think there's something wrong here, so I need to check that again. Okay, take here the first one, let me start with that. This one, save, save, also saved. Now if I go back here, design shots, everything is working fine. So let me click on test. See, it's working, like everything has done perfectly. Also it's showing the tree array still there, but I can see the first array is okay, second is fine, third one is fine, but the array one, this one containing multiple options, but I need to check that from there. So what I am storing here, comments, variable succeeded, this one, this one, this one. So I think there's something wrong here. The comment should be this one, yes, this one. Each comments containing another one, I think this one, yes, I think now it's gonna work. So I just need to click on it. Okay, Let me check that again. Now I can see it's not working, right? So I think there may be something wrong I did here, so I am going to delete that. Allow users to update their own design shots. Can update their own design shots. No, sorry, it should be allow users to update their own shots. Allow users to update their own for RLS in design shots table, their own design shots. Maybe now it will work. Okay, paste that here. Run. Okay, maybe now it will work. Okay, let me go back again. See, now it's working. That means our RLS policy was wrong for that particular option, because we always grant the access for the authenticated owner of that content, right, or of that row. But now we need to give access to other people to update that row, but this is not a good practice. I will recommend to create another table for the comments and relate that with that specific shots, so that you can separate your comments within your other shots, and that's how you can validate that. But for this video I am mixing them up, but I hope you understand you can do that from here as well. So yeah, that's how you can create the comments option. So let me go back and click on this one and reload this. You will see this one has its option. So I can also add edit option just for the update one, similar as it is. Okay, excellent job. I'm going to comment that here. It's done. So if I refresh it, you will see. Refresh it again. Well, the reason it's not working, that's because we are getting an error, and the error is, if I click on the workflow, you will see the second workflow working fine. It's getting the null data comments. That's because we are selecting a card option. This one, it doesn't have any comments here, that's why it's showing null in this comments option, because it's not getting anything from the value itself. It's a null option, and that's why it's not getting anything there. But the next one, we are going to insert the new comment on the new array, but the first one, it's null. It is one, you can see, and that's the reason it can't validate whether that new comments array will be linked with the existed array inside that. And the first one is not error at this moment, it's null. That's why it's showing that parameter error option of that array. So what we can do, we can go back to our main database table, click on it. This one is our comments option. We can add its the array option here, default. So when it create any column record, it will create that null array there. So that's how we can validate that. So if I refresh that, you will see the first one. If I click on this one, you will see there's some changes here. The second option also, this one, it's at this moment it's not getting anything, but if I click on it, you will see it still can't get the data. That's because on our comment option, you will see at this moment it's null. So the rest of the collection will start using this null array, but at this moment the existed one doesn't have that, so we are going to create that manually. So let's go back and refresh again. If I start from here, the second one, it should be refreshed. And let me add something here. You can see there is something coming. That's because we binded the whole things here as well. So let me delete that and use the same one, the same workflow here, this one. That's because when we click on it, the input itself also triggering at the same time, the two workflow, but we want one, so that's why we are separating that using submit one. So at this moment this value is 5x. If I go back there and refresh it, you'll see a new object has created, and I am going back the second one, as the first one has a null object array has already created, and the second one is this one that we just created, and link that, and the whole thing will go on that final version of that workflow. So if I go back there again, you will see a new comment started. So let me go back there again and click on preview option and click on submit. The comments is undefined at this moment. So now we can start again, refresh it, click here, see it's coming now. Submit, another comment just added. If I try here, you will see it's coming here, right? It's the dynamic and real time as well. And let me add another one here, this one. Submit, see it's coming, and we can validate that from here as well. Let me refresh it again, see all are coming here. So that's how you can add comments there, and also you can count each comment from here as well. So I'm going to breaking down that now. Now we're going to add the functionality here, like how many comments containing each shot. So I'm going to breaking down that part now. So if I click on the zero comments option, it is actually a text. You can see the layout, this is a text layout. So I'm going to apply the dynamic functionality here. So click on this bind option. The formula should be this one, like the array itself and the length, like how many objects it's containing inside that array. That's what we're going to calculate. So you can see at this moment it has one comment and the length is 1. so that is why it's showing 1. And how we can bind that with another, like now it's showing just 2, but we can add comments. So let me add the small space here, and you can see now 1's comments, and if I cancel that, you will see it's looking something like this. So I'm going to add another space there, so now you can see it's 1 comments, and that's it. So I'm going to add another one. See, it's working. So at this moment it's repeating because it's still binding the whole things here. So I'm going to remove that. Just one workflow will work. So now it will work properly, but it's showing the dynamic workflow here, like see the number also changing, so it's dynamic now. So at this moment it has 4 comments, that's why it's showing that it has 4 comments. That's how it's showing. It has 2 comments, now 3 comments, right? So that's it. That's how you can add dynamic comments option there. So I'm going to add another functionality like the like one. Well, now the most interesting part, like the like one. Like if someone click on it, the blue color of heart icon will display as it's liked, and one user can only like just one time, and they have the ability to unlike that. Like if I click here, you will see it's updating the value from 10 likes, and if I uncheck that, it's deduct the number. So that's how we can count, but there are some restrictions, like one user can want, like the way I explained, we need to apply that logic. But I think this is a beginner friendly tutorial, so that is why I don't want to overwhelm with that logics. You can take help our Weweb AI from here, so you don't have to do anything to create that logic by yourself. You just need to create like give him the prompt. So if I click on the heart icon, go back to the state, you will see there is another state I created, this one, the liked one, and it has the dark color, also the hover one, also something like this. So it's happening, there will be two color. But if you want to make the hover one a bit let me add yellowish. So you'll see if I hover on it, it will look something like this, and if I click on it, this will come up with something like this, the blue one. So that's what I prompt here. So you just need to click on that icon. I need to uncheck that again. I have already created that and didn't get enough time to record that, so I'm going to break down that again so you can understand everything. So you just need to click on it, and you will see this one coming up on the AI part, and you just need to paste sorry, this one, the text one. Like this one has two state, the another state has a blue color, so I want user can use this as a like button that will turn blue by trigger another state if someone click on it, and go back its default state if it unlike the button again. Count the number of likes and update it on design shots tables like column, and users like will be count only one time, right? That's the logics we have. And you can see in my um, design shots option, there is a likes option. At this moment there are 9, 12, 2 and 1 likes at this moment for each content. And if I click on enter, the whole system will work something like this, and that's it, it will create that for you, so you don't have to do anything there. So I have already did that here, but would not be able to record that. I'm extremely sorry, but this is how you can achieve that, and paste that here, it will do everything for you. So I have already did that. So if I go back here, I can make it 10 likes. You will see if I refresh that, you will see there is 10 likes here at this moment. And if I uncheck that, like unlike that, and refresh that here again, you'll see it's 9. So that's how we can add the like functionality on our application.